Hello there, and welcome back to the rest of the video on permutations. And I left my computer exactly where we stopped, so if you turn the page from here, we're in the last section of the notebook, Probability Basics, and we are looking at some word problems. The first question says, how many ways can 5 job openings be filled by 10 applicants? And I promised in the last video to show you both ways, so I'm going to do that here. We have how many jobs to fill? We have 5 of them. So I'm going to draw some boxes to represent those 5 jobs. And this is just a good hint if you are having trouble visualizing a problem. If you can draw a picture, very often that's going to help you. So you will see me, if you have classes with me, you'll see me drawing a lot because it helps me. And I'm not doing it for you necessarily. I'm doing it because it helps me. Permutations are multiplied. So we know that we're dealing with a product here. So 10 people walk into this office to apply for a job. So the first job, there are 10 possible applicants that I can choose. For the second position, there would only be 9. And then 8, 7, and 6. And then we've run out of jobs. We have filled all the jobs that we had available. So to figure out the different ways that we could fill these jobs, you just want to multiply those numbers. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 equals 30,240 possible combinations. This is one way to do this problem. If you like formulas, I'll show you the other way because you can handle it. It just looks a little different. So this one, if you want the formula, you're going to use P, which is, I gotta look back because your formula is different than the one I learned, NR, P, N, R. So this means number, comma, choose. So we're going to say we have 10 applicants and we're going to choose 5 of them. The number of people is 10, we can only hire 5. And then you put this in your calculator. And let me draw the keystrokes. I thought I had done all that, but evidently I did not. But I'll copy and paste, and then I tell you what, let me do this because we'll be all here all day for me to draw. Let's try copying this one. This may not work, but it might. Oh yes, it did. If I can change the numbers, we'll be set. If not, I'll have to draw it. 10 is fine, but here we go. Okay, so we are doing on the calculator, all clear, 10, this is your total applicants, and this is the number of job openings that you have, and in this case it's 5. So you type in all clear, 10, shift 1, 5 equals, and you get that same answer, 30,240. So you can do these problems either way. If you like the red way, that's fine. If you like the formula way, that's fine too. Okay, number 2, this is not really the same kind of problem, but I wanted to put this in there just so you could see one of these examples. How many types of sandwiches can be made from 3 types of bread? So maybe you can choose white, wheat, and pumpernickel. 5 types of cheese, and I won't make those up. And 6 types of filling. And filling would be like ham and turkey, salami, whatever they have at this deli. And you get 1 of each. So you can't use 2 kinds of cheese or 2 kinds of filling. You can only choose a bread, a cheese, and a filling. If you get 1 of these, this one is not as complicated as it looks. All you have to do is multiply your choices. And a lot of people get tripped up on these because they sound so complicated, and they are. They're hard to do if you don't know what you're doing. But all you have to do is multiply your choices. So you would say 3 times 5 times 6 is 90. So there are 90 different sandwich combinations. You may have heard Sonic's advertisement that they have X amount of drink choices. This is how they're figuring that. They're taking all the possibilities that you can do. I think it's over 1 million. That if you could do flavors and different textures and all this stuff, this is what they're doing. This is how they're figuring that out. It's called statistics or probability. Possibilities, I'm sorry guys, I can't spell. Possibilities. 90 different possibilities. Okay, this last one is another permutation. How many ways can you order 5 people in a line? So let's draw the line. Again, I like to draw pictures just for my own sake. This time I'm going to use circles, doesn't matter. So I've got these people and I want them to stand in a line. And we're trying to figure out all the different ways that we could order them. And I want you to take a guess. Just get a mental image in your mind of these 5 people, and maybe we're going to move them around. We're going to put this person here, or we're going to move this person here. This is kind of the thing that we're doing. All right. So when I start this line, I have 5 people to choose from. So I pick one of them and I say, okay, you stand there. So that leaves me with 4 people and 3 people and 2 people and 1 person. So essentially what I'm doing is 5 factorial. Remember where we count down to 1. And so to find this answer, the different possibilities, I just need to multiply 5 factorial. You could also use your calculator for factorial. We did that in the previous one. It's shift 3. But I'm just going to multiply. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 120 different ways that I could order these people in line. I could move them around 120 different ways, which is pretty impressive. So 5 factorial is 120. Okay, if you like the formula, let me go back up here and get my calculator buttons. Sometimes I really like technology, and sometimes I don't. Okay, so let's paste it down here. Now that won't work because that's a different problem, so let's clean that up a little bit. This part works every time, but we have to substitute in our numbers. So remember, our formula is P, permutation. Is it CN? I have learned so many different versions of this formula through the years, I can't remember which one it is. Okay, so permutation. How many people are in our line? N stands for the number of people. Well, there are 5. And how many people are we going to let in our line? Are we going to leave some of them out? Are we going to let them all in? We're going to let them all in. The question is just how are we going to have them in order? So we have 5 people, and we're going to choose 5 people. We're going to allow 5 people into our line. And that's what you substitute into your calculator steps. So all clear 5, shift 1, 5 equals, and you get 120, which is what I would expect to get. Either way is going to work. If you prefer those circles, that's fine. If you prefer your formula, that's fine also. But those are permutations. Order matters with a permutation. Okay, we will look at combinations in the next video, and then I believe we'll be close to finished on these. So I'll see you soon for combinations.